on the podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the Marketing Hour. Your co-host has returned, Bill Hugall, with Steven from his underground bunker in his garage, Mucho Gilbert, here to talk about internet marketing. And I think Bill had something he wanted to say about next week, which
what a great idea. That's totally not rehearsed. I'm excited because next week we are doing a live marketing hour from Las fucking Vegas, and we are going to be bringing as many people on there as we can. We're going to get right up in people's faces. Gilbert said he's going to walk straight up to the stage and he's going to interrupt it and make that guy talk.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to ask you, Bill, will you record me when I'm speaking on Thursday?
How so? You want a camera? You going to bring a camera?
Yeah, I'll bring a camera if you'll record it.
Yeah, I'll make sure that it works for you. You're going to have to, I don't know, you're going to have to talk to them about the audio unless you bring your own mic too, though.
Shit. I'm sure they have an audio setup, right? Surely they'll have it. Surely they're not going to make all 50 speakers.
Yeah, but you got to get it, right? You got to get the file from them. So we'll talk to John Botel and we'll talk to Simon, and we'll make shit happen for you, man. I want you to have this for forever.
Yeah, bromance. Welcome, Ijlal, right? Ijlal. Welcome, bro. Yeah, no, it'll be fun, man. Vegas is going to be a blast. Who else going? For those of you who don't know, there's an event in Vegas next week, marketing summit. Might as well be called the Marketing Hour Summit. Hey.
It should be.
Yeah. You can see we're feeling uninspired today. What do you guys want to talk about? It's Friday. Everybody's exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm sure half of y'all, if not all of y'all, are exhausted. Bill looks 120% as always, and Team Bill. I'm gonna get a shirt made for Vegas. It's just Team Bill.
Do it. I'll pay for it. I'm good with it. I'm gonna get shirts for everybody made Team Bill, and we'll just walk around with hashtags Team Bill. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. we have this running joke where we do where Bill is the Ryan Gosling of IM, right? So like Bill could make any guy in IM gay for a day.
I think that's your running joke. I don't think that's an honor kind of thing. I think that's for you.
Well, get this. I don't know if I've told you the story. I might have. My mother-in-law literally said, "Who's that cute guy Steve interviews all the time? He's so handsome."
You did mention that, but tell me all the time anyways. I'm cool with it. You could tell me each week and I'll be a happy guy.
Yeah, first of all, I don't interview and he's my co-host.
All right, so guys, what do you want to hear about today? Like, come on, somebody's got to say something. And no, hold on. Let's just put this straight right now. Everybody wants to know about email marketing from Gilbert. This is not the email marketing hour with Steven. I appreciate you want to hear that, but he is going to speak about it next week. He does have the Postmasters group. Let's get him talking about eggshells or pickled hams or shit about shit.
Yeah, you could join the Postmasters board for email marketing or pay and go to Vegas to learn about email marketing. Maybe we'll do an episode later about email marketing. But guys, this week has been exhausting for me, and I don't feel like teaching right now. I just want to hang out with you guys. Be fulfilled. Go Bill.
Go with Bill. Hey Shane, that's for you, buddy. We're doing a workout at the summit. We're doing a workout. Me and Shane. We're doing one.
Look at that. His arm is as big as my head. He says he's not the Ryan Gosling of IM. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I say that to be humble. I like humility.
Well, now it's not humble at all. So, how was your week last week? You were gone, and we missed you, but it was a good show.
Yeah, you know what? I wish that I could say I watched it. I started to watch a bit of it, and then I was like, oh, Brett's got this. I'm not going to have a job next week. And then, shit, here I am.
What? No, dude, we created this together. This is our thing. You're irreplaceable. And
I appreciate it.
I love Brett, but Michael R. Thomas is on. He's going to hear me say this. I love Brett, but he's not as pretty as you, and we need a pretty face for the marketing hour.
Oh, man, that is very nice of you. I appreciate that. See, I mean, Brett has all the skills and qualifications that I don't to, like, actually talk about informed shit. I just have a pretty face, man. That's all it is. You want a face on the video? I'll do it.
Oh,
but I don't know anything.
Oh, come on. Bill knows a lot about launching. Bill knows a lot. I love Bill. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. He's the only. Now we're gonna have like a Bill and Brett feud. It's gonna be Team Bill versus Team Brett. Right? What we'll do is we'll broadcast live from Vegas, and then we'll take a vote. Do we want Brett or do we want Bill? And we'll figure it out from there. And then you'll know.
That's not fair. I actually since we started this, you have certain portions, but technically I own the marketing hour.
That is true. You do own the domain.
It is in my account, and it's .guru. So like, you can't do it without having marketinghour.guru. It can't be .com or something silly.
I don't want you replaced. I wish you were here last week. I mean, Brett was fun. It was a good call.
Mike wants us to like hit him up after this because my audio still sucks, and he wants to solve that problem for us.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Can you guys not hear me?
I think they can. I think you're just always a little quiet, even after I turn you all the way up, at least to them.
Okay, 100% next week in Vegas. Mike from Maine is going to come on the show and fix our audio live.
Hang on, let me listen to the... Keep talking, Bill.
Okay.
Loud joy.
I'm saying stuff about some stuff right now.
Hang on. Talk now.
Okay, now I'm saying more stuff about more stuff. Steven just left.
Because I don't want the feedback.
Oh, gotcha. So I'm saying more stuff. I'm echoing like crazy.
You are? Okay, let me turn my volume down now. Oh, it won't let me? It won't even let me. You've broken my computer now. Keep talking about yours. Yeah, you're quiet. Okay, talk now. Just give us a bunch of likes, guys. That's all we care about. Talk.
They're just pouring in now. Mike says you can't fix it live. Oh, but yet he says it's better. Yes. No, it's worse now.
No, it's
okay, I got two betters. Eric says it's still not good. Danny, that's not very nice of you if you can hear me.
See, what it is we either both need to be on headphones or we both need to be like
Well, here's what I'll tell you. From now on, I'll bring the headphones. I had to rush out because we're getting new internet in the house today. Otherwise, I would have been at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just look at you guys. Oh, we'll get Skype next time. Skype is the most reliable thing ever.
Yeah, guys, how's the sound now? Seriously, though. I know it'll sound fine on YouTube. It just, to these guys, it sounds bad. Look at all the likes we're getting. Thank you, guys.
That's me.
You're patting it. Yeah, Mike, we would appreciate that. I think the show's going on now, right? Like, let me. I'm doing that.
The quality is worse now, man.
Oh my God, dude. People. Oh,
and then someone just said it's good now. I think it's all you guys, and we are fine.
Yeah, you guys. Here, what I'll do is I'll turn Bill down back to halfway, right? So that he's not yelling. And then we'll leave it at that, and we'll both just talk. Are you getting feedback from Bill? Like is Bill coming through my speakers and into my microphone? That's what I'm wondering. Even though for some reason YouTube has decided to encode it that I can now not turn down my computer whenever we're running a Google Hangout.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Bill has bad quality but good volume. Well, he was probably too loud is what it was. But the weird echo is probably because he's coming through my headset, my speaker.
So what if you put your headphones back in?
Well, then you're going to be quiet again if I do that.
All right.
Fuck.
I can't wait until Mike from Maine helps us sort this out next week live on the call.
I know, this is always a problem. It's not that bad. I'm listening to it on my phone. Quality but good volume. Well, he was probably too loud. It's fine. But the weird echo is probably because he's coming through. Hey, Delilah. Headset, my speaker.
So if you put your headphones back in.
Yeah, I guess people expect this to be like, I don't know, like an actual radio show where we're like in a studio with these microphones hanging down from the ceiling.
Well, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll make it better because Mike's going to show us how to do it with Skype because Google Hangouts are notoriously shit.
We won't do here. We'll make you guys a deal. We won't use Google Hangouts anymore. And everybody say hi to Delilah and to Amy Faith Lewis. That's my mom. Say hi, Amy Faith.
Hi, Mom.
Mom, this is Bill. He's really cute.
Hi, Mom.
Tell me he's not. Let's take a vote. Everyone in the call right now, who thinks Bill is very, very handsome? One vote from me right off the bat. So there's one vote for me. Let's get, if you think Bill is handsome, put a 1 in chat.
Some people still think I suck.
That's not true. You're married. Ooh, bad joke.
Oh, Delilah, thank you. No, people think my sound still sucks, but
I know what you meant, man.
I have a pitchy voice. Anyways.
So, hey, what do you guys want to talk about today? Bill and I are both exhausted. So we had a guest that was going to come on but bailed on us. We won't name his name. His name is Stefan.
And he's leaving us right now. He's going to talk to us on the next one. And I think he should personally. Oh my goodness, someone said gorgeous. I don't give a shit about anything else said for the rest of the hours. I'm gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
See, everyone thinks you're gorgeous. That's what I'm telling you. You're irreplaceable. Irreplaceable. Yes. Man, I'm exhausted. Dude, am I the only one that's unreasonably tired? How's everybody's energy going? How you doing, John Shea?
John Shea.
I know we haven't talked about anything yet. We will. The reason we're kind of all over the place today is because we had a guest, but the guest decided he couldn't make it. So we're waiting to come up with a good topic. And now you guys can see my text messages. And she only goes by wifey, like on my computer contact. Stop it! Stop! I can't turn that off. I really can't. It won't let me.
I think you can.
I've tried. Close it. I don't even have the messages app open.
I don't know. John just went full-time as an internet marketer. Congratulations. That is awesome.
Soundboard. Yay!
Now, here's the task. I don't know about you, but when I first went full-time internet marketing, I like only had like 3-4 hours a day, like at night that I would work and stuff where I had it ironed out. And then suddenly I had 8 hours a day. So at first I tried to do way too much work in one day. And then I tried to not do any work in a day. And I went like my first month going full time, I made less money than I had ever made once I started making some, because I just like, I couldn't figure out how to get it together because I was full time. I started to enjoy my life a little too much, and I tried to overcompensate. So that's the fun part, is now setting up, having all that time and just learning how to work with it for me.
Cool. That's true, actually. I struggled with that at first. Like when I went full time, I was like, hey, I'm full time, and I would work like whenever. Like I had no set hours, no nothing. But a very wise man told me, he said, if you want to take advantage of the time you now have, you will actually work a schedule. Because to me, like in my head, I was like, yeah, I don't have to have a schedule anymore, you know? And then he realized, he taught me that if you actually don't set a schedule, you run the risk of falling into the trap of where instead of actually enjoying your free time, you're always worried about the next thing you have to do. You ever run into that problem? Like, like for me, I'm like, I got to do this after the call or that, blah, 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 you know? And that's because my schedule's off. I mean, it's not off today or this week, but it just as an example. So, yeah, be sure to set your schedule, John Shea.
Yeah.
Time management is most internet marketers' biggest problem, I think. Are you still there, Bill, or did you?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
I was just going to answer Eric when you were done talking. You were on a good little vibe, though, so I didn't want to cut in. But I'm definitely going to answer Eric's thing. So the question is, what point did I decide to go full time, and when did you know it was the right time? And honestly, like I had this thing every day I would drive to work, and most of the time it was in the winter, but even in the summer, I would drive to work. We had a job site, and we were house framers, so we were always all over the place, but always in nice neighborhoods. So I'd drive up, and then I'd circle around, and I'd park like 2 or 3 blocks down, and I'd sit there and just shake my head about my life for a bit. And then so finally one day I just was doing that, and I was sitting in the car, and I couldn't picture doing this anymore. So I just stopped going to work. And then that was it. Like, I wish I could tell you that I had a really big plan. Like, I wanted to sit there on the steps with my tool pouch, and when my boss walked in and told me what to do, I was gonna be like, fuck you, and then spray lighter fluid on my pouch and light it on fire. I had this really big plan. But eventually I just decided, you know what, I can't live like this anymore, so I need to go make this happen. And I was already making, well, I guess at that point I was probably $3,000, $4,000 a month. And, sometimes we would have more, but my average was 3 to 4. And I just was like, nah, screw it, I'm going. We'd have months where you'd do 10 grand, but the average amount that you would make was like 3 to 5. And yes, I'm tired too, Mr. Gilbert. The clouds have come in, and this is the first real rain of the next 6 months, and it's always heavy. You feel heavy. So I hope that helped Eric, if you heard, because my sound sucks.
Well, I'm jealous of you. It's so hot here, and I think today is isn't today the first day of fall or something?
I thought it was yesterday, but it could be today.
I don't know. Well, the days run together when you become a full-time internet marketer. As we're talking about time management. Gosh, man. I wish it would cool down. They said on the news it's not actually supposed to start feeling like fall until like next week. So we have like 4 or 5 more days of 90-degree Fahrenheit weather, which I guess is like 33 degrees Celsius. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd take that because the pool's right there. And I'd rather go to the pool today than not.
I might swim, actually. That sounds like a good idea. I might swim.
Yeah, just but it's like, now it's like video game time. it's like you start buckling in and doing some video games. I mean, next week obviously is going to be pretty nice and warm in Vegas, but now in Vancouver, it's like hunker down, eat good, fall food. Like last night, we had this great chicken noodle soup with cheese sticks and bread. Like it was great. You don't eat that way in the summer here. You eat pretty light.
I don't think anyone eats like that in the summer. You know, gosh, I'm just so tired today. What was I gonna say, man? Oh yeah, right. I don't get to relax. I've got an internal launch / external launch this weekend. So been doing that because there hasn't been much to promote, right? It's been a weird week. Like there's not been much good stuff out. And so I was like, well, I see Brett Rutekny all the time mailing to his list. I'll do that. And then I got to talking with Tommy, and next thing you know, now instead of it being an internal launch, it's a launch that anyone can promote. So if you need something to promote this weekend, check out Munch Eye, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man, that was honestly how I built my, like, one of the key ways to build my list, and it was like the big thing that I told people when they got started out was like, launch a product, but then when you make some buyers, go launch another one. It wasn't even about affiliate marketing. It was just about some affiliates would get on board, and then you sell some more shit to make some more money, and then more affiliates will jump on, and that's how you build your base over time, right? Which leads into a good question from John about my thoughts on launches on Warrior Plus and the Zoo. And I'm going to tell you, I fucking love them. I think they're fantastic. I think they're awesome. So I don't know what in particular you want to know about, but like, are you talking about maybe the differences between the two? Because there are some glaring differences. But
yeah. Like for example, cool. Warrior Plus has a lot more lower price launches, like lower ticket, like it's in the $5 to $10 range. Those are the majority of launches you'll find on Warrior Plus. Won't find many softwares. It's generally all info. On JVZoo, you'll find a little bit higher prices. Still considered low ticket, but they'll be in the 27, 37, 67 range, and it'll mostly be softwares and higher quality info products. Higher price, maybe not necessarily higher quality. There are definitely some some high quality info products on Warrior Plus. It's just people charge more on JVZoo, and the affiliates. Most affiliates, they don't seem to stick to one network or the other. They kind of just they go between two. There are a couple affiliates who only promote JVZoo stuff. There are a couple affiliates who only promote Warrior Plus stuff. But in my experience, I think most probably jump between them. You know, whenever the offer is good and you know accomplishes the affiliate's goals, I guess. Wouldn't you say, Bill?
Yeah, I think I've put everybody into tiers, and I remember when I started in Warrior Plus and JVZoo, I found that Warrior Plus guys were far less regimented and structured with their schedules back in the day. They were very much like, if it's converting and it's hitting, I'm mailing it. And just by getting into the top sellers, you're going to grab some Warrior Plus guys. And I found that back then, JVZoo was a lot more organized. I think with the intermingling and all the events and stuff, I think what you find now is that more like the A+ affiliates that are like used to doing like $9.97 offers, they're going to stay in the JVZoo side. But for most affiliates right now that are driving regular, consistent traffic to offers, I don't think anybody sticks to like one network. If it's a good offer, it fits your list, and you can add the right bonuses and do the right stuff for it, I don't think there's a difference anymore. Like I promoted JVZoo Warrior Plus, 100 sales and 100 sales in this one. You know, it's just kind of like, okay, so that myth is gone. It's just as long as it fits. And I think a lot more people are educated. And a lot of that has to do with guys like you running around talking about email marketing and explaining things to people a little bit better. So, I mean, the marketplace has shifted. I think the influence has been pretty good with the marketers out there. So we spent so much time talking about the shit, but if you look at it, there used to be this like segmented Warrior Plus JVZoo against each other crowd, and now it's just like flowing back and forth for whatever works.
Yeah. Eric asks, why do you think this is the reason. Why does Warrior Plus have more lower priced products? I don't know. I would say generally because Warrior Plus was created to work with or in tandem with the Warrior Forum, and products on the Warrior Forum were generally in the lower price point range. Now, it just so happens that when the Warrior Forum got bought out, it'd be around the time JVZoo was taking off, and at the time Warrior Plus like hadn't updated it in a while, so JVZoo like had come out with all these cool features that made it more appealing than Warrior Plus. So you had people kind of make a mass migration. And in general, it's a lot hard. Like, for example, it's a lot harder to get product of the day on JVZoo with a low price product than it is on Warrior Plus, for sure. And both foundations, like JVZoo product of the day and Warrior Plus, they both still send a decent amount of sales if the offer converts and the email's good.
I think it's good just because it keeps that dynamic, right? You know that going to JVZoo, you've got to have more revenue to get up there. And I think that for a lot of people that are starting out to launch their first info product, they might feel that it's, you know, they got to be cheaper. So I think it's really good that the two do have kind of different distinctions between each other, because you got to do what? Let's say $7,000-8,000 in revenue to get on the top of Warrior Plus. And like with 500 to 1,000, you get the top 10. JVZoo on any given day, you could need to do 75,000 in revenue to get up to the #1 spot, right? And that's just, I think it helps people build their confidence and step in and play and try out. So it's exactly what you said, like why it happened. But I think it's really cool that they've managed to keep it that way, because it gives, some people don't believe that they can come out and sell their product for $67, and it requires a little more work, a little more money on copy and things like that to get a $67 product out. I don't care what people say. There's a lot more units sold of a cheaper product with lesser copy than there is with a higher priced product. So I think it's personally cool that they do that. And yes, Declan, there will 100% be a marketing hour in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. The Vegas edition. But yeah, but you know, Bill's generally right. It takes, I'm trying to, you know, I would say most of the products on Warrior Plus are lower priced. You're going to find a larger portion of them are either rehashed content or nothing new than you would on JVZoo. You get a different type of affiliate that maybe, you know, is used to the whole sending emails every day rather than relationship building, which is not a bad thing. I mean, both ways work. I'm not in the mood to get negative today. Yeah, that's the gap. I mean, you got lower priced products tend to do better on Warrior Plus than they do on JVZoo, and they only do well on JVZoo if you have the right connections, right? Now, that's just in the info sector. If you have a software, then that 100% is going on JVZoo, because JVZoo is the software platform. You know, I haven't seen many softwares launched on Warrior Plus, and if you do end up seeing one, then they don't ever seem to do too hot or as hot as they would have had they launched on JVZoo. And that's why you'll even see some people do both networks, you know, just that way they get both sets of affiliates. But those are rare, and it's a little extra work and annoying. Yeah. But, you know, there's good stuff on both and bad stuff on both. And JVZoo, you know, has the $17 or I would say $27 up kind of market and affiliates that know how to sell that. And Warrior Plus has everything under 27 and affiliates that know how to sell that. And vendors who know how to sell that. But then you'll have most affiliates that will hop through both so long as the product fits their criteria or whatever they're trying to do. So enough about that. Have you ever guys come to any marketing events in the UK? I haven't, but I think Bill, you've been to a UK event, right?
Now, that's the thing. It was called the UK. It was in Dublin. I don't know enough shit about over there, so I don't know if that actually fits.
That's the United Kingdom, man. Dublin's the United Kingdom, bro. I got you.
Is it?
I think so, unless it's in Northern Ireland. Is Dublin in Northern Ireland? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I have. I came over and spoke at one in June. I won't be doing it too often though. It's a big travel, and honestly, I don't like the way that it messes with my system. To be honest with you.
So Wiley says, I think we need to stop calling them info products. It's solid education. Yeah, I mean, info is just short for information. It's not meant to be a derogatory term. I don't think. Do you think info is a derogatory term? I mean, I would say in a sentence, I have sold a $37 info product, right?
I get what she's saying. I think it's the price tag that demeans the actual content. I think that's probably more the insult to the type of product it is. I mean, I know for a fact I put $27 products out for $7. Info, yeah, we are selling info because that's personally myself. I like to sell info because I like to educate and help and train and do those types of things. But I do see what she's saying. It does have a bit of a negative connotation these days. I don't know why, but it does. I think the price tag is the thing that really gives it kind of that stigma that she's talking about.
You think? I mean, I've sold $27, $37 products for $7. I mean,
yeah, but I think it's that price tag because in that group you have, and this is something I totally wanted to talk about. I'm glad it came up. Is that someone was saying something about the price of something because it was such a simple system and it should be $7? Well, no, because when you're selling at such a small price point, you're catering to a very specific group of people, and it takes down the value of the actual education that's in it. And someone that can afford $7 isn't the same as someone who can afford $997 and still have money to help build the business. So I think when you're selling the information at such a low price, you're cheapening the value of it personally. I mean, I'm still going to continue to do it because I like the lives that we can impact. It works for me and it works for the customers and it works for affiliates. But I do understand the stigma she's talking about. It's just hard to put into words what exactly it is.
I don't know why it's not letting me turn. You know what I'm gonna do? The camera's going crazy, and it's giving me a seizure.
Oh, it is.
Let's try that. Let's see if that fixes it. Because it's not letting me. YouTube changed. Google changed the way the Hangouts work, and now something that they've changed has made it so that I cannot turn it. They coded it so it's disabled my keyboard volume, so I can't turn it down or up.
Remember when companies used to roll stuff out first to a select amount of users, beta test it, and then send it to the masses?
Yeah, like and for some reason it's causing it to switch back and forth even if I'm not talking, which is ruining the whole purpose of using Google Plus. And it's only when you talk that it does it. So it's like maybe I'll just if I plug in my headphones it'll stop doing it, but then no one will be able to hear you.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. We probably won't publish this episode.
Well, the good news is everyone pay attention because we'll have it on point next week for the marketing hour live in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, we had a guest. We had everything lined up. It was going to be a solid show, and then the guest bailed, and guys,
you're just digging it in.
I'm really tired today, so I couldn't come up with a topic, so we're just it's just the marketing hangout hour
with the gold cup. That is a really gold cup. Like, I would feel royal sipping from that. It's like a goblet almost.
It's not plastic. Guys, we're taking callers. Who wants to come on and say something controversial?
Oh, see, it's still a solid show.
Yeah, well, it is. It's still fun to come on and hang out and talk to you, and I'm sure we'll publish it anyway. I mean, there's been one or two good pieces of advice. Delilah, do you want to come on and talk about your view on info products? That would be fun. Delilah, John Shea, anyone? John said he would, but I already asked Delilah out, so let's see what she says. We'll give her another 30 seconds to answer. If she doesn't, we'll get John on. And then if she does, we'll get John on after.
That's good, because I'm going to have to run over to the old faculty facility spot station.
I'm not saying you can leave, bro. She's a caller. Where you going, brah? Where you going, brah?
The facilities. I went to the gym, and usually about this time, well, actually, look, here, let's be honest. If we had actually started this on time, I would be done now, and I could go to the washroom without ripping anyone off. But Steven Gilbert's sense of time is all messed up.
I know, man. I told you I'm really tired today. Go to the bathroom. Yes, Eric, there is a delay. It's about 30 to 40 seconds, I think. I don't set that up. That's just a delay. But Mike from Maine is going to fix everything next week, so that'll be cool. Plus, we'll be in Vegas.
Yeah, we'll be in Vegas.
Are we friends on Facebook?
No, I don't think we are.
Are you friends with John Shea on Facebook?
No, I don't think I am.
Well, maybe I can just let's try this. Oh, God. It's so laggy every time I try to do this.
We're going to have it set up on Skype. Oh, we got Sam Becker watching.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Hey, Sam, buddy. We are friends, John. See how slow everything is? Oh, my lordy.
Next week, Skype. And Mike from Maine. That's a good week.
No more. Probably no more Google Hangouts because John Shea, send me a message on Facebook, please, and I'll get you a link to get on the show. Just send me the message, and then I'll send you the link, please, because my computer is being too slow and it's no fun for anyone. So just send me a message, and I'll send you the link. Because if I try to hunt you down, it'll take 10 minutes. And Bill, you can go to the bathroom. I'll keep them.
I was just inviting Sam to see if he wanted to be on next.
Oh, yeah, totally. That'd be cool. Maybe he has something to say.
All right, I'll be back.
All right.
Now, the question of etiquette, as I pass, do I give you the ass or the crotch?
I'm sure people would enjoy both. Oh, my Lord. All right, hang on, John. I don't have it here. Hang on. For those still hanging around, we're taking callers. Trying to get John on the show here, which is why you see my Facebook window. It's also very laggy. Man, they just don't make these laptops like they used to, you know? Ugh. Come on. You guys are seeing how slow this is, right? Oh Lordy. I can't even click on John's name. What are you doing in the hotel lobby, Sam? Are you coming to Vegas, brother? Welcome back.
Thanks. What happened there? Did it all crash or just me?
No, we're still here. I don't think it crashed. Did it crash?
It did on me.
I think we're still live.
And Sam will come on next week. You already see that?
Yeah. Sam, are you going to be in Vegas? Because we're going to be doing a live Vegas show. It'd be cool to like have you come on and talk live. No, not coming. Why are you trying to get out of the EU? Are you like Edward Snowden, Sam?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, man?
Cool. How's it going?
Welcome to the show, Don and Shay. Shay, is it Shay, right?
I closed out of the live recording, so there wouldn't be any like voices coming through.
That's good because some people forget that. What
I
I'll
thought we were
do.
actually friends on Facebook. I don't know what happened there, so my bad.
Our friends are full, so you're lucky you got a spot.
Yeah.
I must. It's funny because now that I've maxed out my friends, I see when people delete me now, right? Because I'll go from having 5,000 to having 4,998, and I'm like, oh, who did I piss off this time, asshole?
I think I've got like I must have a good 200 pending requests. 234.
Are you maxed out too?
No, I just didn't really want to see random stuff, from people I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's bad enough as it is.
Yeah. Ian says bad sound. What do you mean, Ian? If things hit the rails again?
Now as a new caller, it's going to make you do a bunch of stuff.
Nice, Sam. Sam says he's on the run. You'll be okay. I got faith in Sam.
John's like Blue Room Marketing. That's what I'm going to call it. The Blue Room Marketing Group.
This blue background here?
Yeah, dude. It's dope. It's like...
Yeah, I actually, to be honest, I had I did a website for a local painter, and for a barter, he painted this room.
Nice.
So that worked out pretty good. It was like a good internet marketing gig to have this room painted.
Barter's a powerful thing, man. People don't realize when you got some skills, like you may not change cash for services, but service for service is dynamite.
Yeah, I've done a ton. I mean, I had plumber fix some stuff in the house. The same painter did the kitchen and like the whole railing. It took him like 2 days to do just the railing. Bunch of other stuff I think I did. I'm trying to think offhand. Just had a guy come in.
Hangout.
I got a huge discount on my meats at the butcher. That was good. Instead of a monthly fee or something, I was just getting like huge discounts, so that worked out well. Good meat too.
I'm just gonna switch between the people talking as they talk because we're never using Google Hangouts again, guys. This is awful. So John, what did you want to talk about, man? Say something controversial.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of the things I was curious about, so, here I am diving into this stuff full time, and I still, to be completely honest, I still haven't 100% like figured out, like what is my direction here, like moving forward, like what do I really want to do? And I've thought about over the years more than anything, I go from like product to product, and I'm still always curious, because everybody gets curious. You see a sales page and you're like, man, that just sounds something like really interesting. Like I just spent today going through a YouTube ads course. So what I was going to ask was, I know that you and like Brett and Mike from Maine, a bunch of other people I've been seeing, like they're going pretty solid with like product reviews. And I was curious if you thought that's like a viable thing to get into.
I think it's a somebody needs to turn down their volume. I think it's a viable revenue stream. I don't think it's a viable business model. Whose volume is up? Somebody needs to turn down their volume a little bit.
Might be mine. I turned it down.
I'm coming through. Yeah, it's definitely a viable revenue stream. Depending on how good you are with money and your expenses, you can make it like you can make a full-time income from it. You know, Mike from Maine spent 3 years doing product reviews. So yeah, I mean it's definitely a great way to make money and build a following, get an audience. I think what ultimately ends up happening is you move from product reviewer to either JV manager / product creator as well. You don't just get stuck with product reviews because, like, right, you can put a video on YouTube, but if you don't have a list or anything, then all you're straight from YouTube, you know. So you have to build your audience from there. It's totally doable just to touch into new products. I'm just saying you shouldn't put your eggs in one basket. That would be like the wise thing. You know, have multiple income streams. Now, but doesn't mean go out and do something else as well. You know, a lot of my income comes from reviewing products, but I also have income from coaching. I also have income from JV managing. I also have income from stuff I do outside of internet marketing. You know, we're entrepreneurs, right? We're just going to do whatever it takes to make money. You know, what do you think, Bill?
Yeah, I think it's always been like, as far as building your brand, helping you create a list, helping you make some sales, it's always been good. I remember that's how I made my first sale, was a site called WSO Reviews with Bill, and my whole list building, like my whole squeeze page was about, hey, I'm going to buy them, I'm going to review them, save some cash. And that's how I started making some really good money right off the hop, is people were interested. As Steven just mentioned, though, I've kind of evolved with it and taken new steps to launching to email marketing a little bit better than I was doing back in the day, to webinars, to facing products, and to investing in other things outside. So I think it's definitely something to add. I think it's something you can do for fun, but as far as making it your only source, then no, not really. But it is definitely, like, if you're in internet marketing, anything that you can throw out that helps build who you are and your reputation is a good thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good advice, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let me sound negative. You can definitely use it as your only source of income. I'm just saying, you'll make a lot more money if you evolve with it as well. So go from being a product reviewer after you've built a following and an audience to maybe releasing a product and maybe doing JV managing once you've met people. You know, the best way to meet people in this industry, unfortunately, is to send them sales. So, you know, you start doing that and you'll meet people, and then you'll evolve with it, and next thing you know, you're a JV manager on a product or something, you know. So I think it's definitely something you should pursue. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying be sure to not make it your only thing.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm doing like courses and stuff on the side.
What do you mean? What do you do with courses?
I'm teaching on Skillshare.
Oh, that's cool. Man, dude, I think my laptop's like dying.
Yeah, I can hear my voice.
Camera.
Yeah, I can hear my voice.
Well, that was a good question. Do you have any others?
Obviously, didn't really come into this thinking too much about all the stuff I could ask, but I'm sure I could think of more.
Clearly, we don't think.
Yeah. It's been a long day. I've literally been trying to build a sales page all day long, so my brain is kind of fried.
Who can I help you with the sales page building process? I'm going to make it super easy for you right now. Do you want to hear my secret?
Go for it.
Outsource it.
I've actually got most of it already done, but then again, I'm not a copywriter, so I could be a total flop. I have no idea.
Copywriter, tweak, graphics designer, tweak, live. Like I know some people write their own copy, but the people that generally tend to write their own copy have a template that they follow and just kind of change stuff out, because you can watch from each product to the next. It's the same thing with just a version. But like, to make your life easier, dude, you can find good copywriters for a fair price. You can find great graphic designers for a fair price. Like, I don't know about you, and I personally, I guess I don't even know where you are in your business, but to do all of that, it's just, I got into this personally for time freedom, and I don't want to be a copywriter. There's good copywriters out there. There's nothing wrong with copywriting. It's just not what I want to do. I don't want to be a graphics designer. There's good graphics designers out there. I want to be doing this while somebody else is doing it for me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey, can everybody turn on your camera? Because pretty much the cameras are shot. It's not switching between people anymore. They've changed people. They've changed everything. So we'll just go audio only for the rest of the show. Google has like changed all their stuff, and so now instead of it being a solid, reliable program, we're stuck with this, where your camera shuts off after a while.
Supposedly, it's actually going away, and I believe they're going to just make like YouTube Live is going to be like the thing.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to. I'm glad the camera's up. That doesn't help a bug.
I actually used to do all my interviews with Google Hangouts, and I had like one of my biggest guests on the show, and it just completely was crapping out, and it was terrible. And we had to like restart the whole call, and it was pretty awful.
Yeah, no, I like Google Hangouts. I've probably done over 100 interviews on it, probably less, probably more, probably near 100, around there, a lot. I've done a lot. But the quality of it has just gone down. It stopped working. It's like they've stopped making sure it works for everybody. So
they still rank well, though. Like, to me, that's the only point to using them, is their social proof is like their ranking skill is second to none.
Yeah.
I don't like Hangouts. I think Skype's more reliable. My favorite method of communicating online is Facebook Live, like their calls. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like what? You call them through like Facebook Messenger? Yeah,
I think it's great. I talk to people. I'll start talking to them at the gym. I'll get into the car. It'll transfer in and out of Wi-Fi, and just it's a seamless call.
Oh. Yeah, I've used the Facebook calls for a couple of things before, but I always get like bad call quality type deal with it. You must have better I don't know, cell reception or something near you. Like if I call while I'm not on Wi-Fi, it's generally not that good. I have best results with Skype. But then Skype also comes with its own host of problems. So like they're not all, like none of them are perfect. I think we'll try next week's episode through Skype and not Hangouts.
Well, next week we won't even need to do it. We can just share the same camera.
That's true. So you want me to
have Mike do it?
I'm trying to think. Like we're just going to use like the same computer camera, you think?
I think so. I mean, I got a little portable that I can bring, and we can just hook up to the computer. We can sit back a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. No, that'll be fine. That'd be cool. We're doing a live show from Vegas next week, guys. So we'll actually just be able to stream straight to Facebook, won't we? I think we will. We'll be able to just go straight through Facebook because we won't have to go back and forth between each of us as we talk. So we could just go straight through the Facebook call.
What are you guys doing in Vegas?
There's an event called the Marketing Summit for IMers. It's a good place to meet people, hang out with people you already know, build relationships. People usually don't talk a lot of business there, but it is a lot of hanging out and sharing advice about what works, what doesn't work. A lot of drinking, and I guess since it's Vegas, probably partying and a bunch of different stuff. There was a lot of partying at the one in Orlando too, but they're a lot of fun. You also have speakers and like people who will get up on stage and speak. I'll be speaking there. There'll be a bunch of other speakers. I think Jimmy Kim's a speaker too, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool. I've actually yet to go to like an actual internet marketing event as of yet.
See you in Vegas.
Yeah, I would like to eventually, I see stuff come up all the time here and there, but I've never really like pulled the trigger on going to any specific events. But I know, if I were to find a really solid one, I definitely would end up meeting a few people I've met over the years.
Well, it's nerve-wracking, right? Because you're nervous. I mean, most of us, we hide behind a computer screen. We're not exactly outgoing people most of the time, and so it is a bit nerve-wracking. Like the first event I went to is the one in Orlando. That's the first one I've ever been to, and I've been doing this 7 years. And 6 or 7, something like that. I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. It's been so long, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm not scared of it anymore. Now I want to go because you get to hang out with people. You get to make better relationships with people that maybe you've heard of or spoken to once or twice. But now, hey, that you guys click in person. It's great for networking, and generally just a lot of fun. I mean, I don't want to piss the JVZoo guys off, but the speakers in Orlando weren't that great. It was more tailored towards newbies. But it looks like the speakers at the Marketing Summit so far, from what I've seen from the people that I know are speaking, are more tailored toward the vendors. So like the vendors will actually, get something out of the sessions. I know because like for my talk is going to be about email marketing, right? So it's going to be relevant to any one of us, right? Compare that to some of the stuff at the JVZoo event. You can see, like, I think I went to one talk at the event, and even then it was tailored towards newbies, and I was just like, man, I am out of here.
Yeah,
but this next one, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I imagine you'd see a lot of that at just about any event. I know off the top of my head, I do remember going to a HubSpot event here in Boston. It was like a 3-day event, and, it's like some of these rooms, they're talking subjects that are just kind of like, it just felt very like newbie friendly.
What do you think of events, Bill?
I think they're great. I think one of the things that someone said to me when I was first starting out and trying to put together webinars that delivered education and value but attracted my target market was put your ego in check and remember the people who are in the room. And once you know a certain degree of information, you just get the info from talking to your buddies or buying specific products or doing, workshops or events or things like that. But when you go to these things, I personally don't hang out and listen to the speakers. I don't go for the speakers, mainly because speakers are stage webinar guys. So to me, I go with the expectation that the marketers are going to be marketing to the people who are there to spend money, and the rest of us who are there to soak in and enjoy the atmosphere with our friends, they're gonna do that. Like for me in the San Diego event, me and Adam Davies and a couple other guys, we just put a table together and we didn't even spend any time in the speakers. We just sat down we bought enough beer at the gas station next to our table, and anybody who came by was welcome to have free beer if they'd sit down and chat for a bit. And so for me, events are going to meet the people, to create friendships for life, and know that I could stay anywhere in the world on a couch. But I'm going to go and listen to some of the speakers this one. But at the end of the day, I mean, speakers are catering to a particular market, and we are not it.
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering too about this event. Like, because when they asked me to speak, I was like, am I going to be required to sell, or do you actually want me to speak? And they were like, no, nobody's pitching. It's a no-pitch event. So I don't know. Like I said, I've only been to one before this one, so I don't know if that's standard. You know, it may be standard that most events are pitch fest, you know.
Well, you just got to think about your market. Who's going to be there? Some of us are going to want to learn some stuff. But at the end of the day, most of the room is probably going to be people that will be baffled when you talk about segmenting. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to talk. I don't talk about segmenting, though.
Well, no, but I'm trying to give you an example of the information that, like, for example, my webinars, I show people the traffic into conversions, and people go apeshit over it. And to me, it's the most basic, crazy thing, and I've already covered it in the course, but they still go apeshit over it because it's just, to them, that's great. And I think we forget sometimes how advanced our knowledge is compared to the average person seeking to make their life better.
Yeah, I think this would have been a great topic about 60 minutes ago. It would have been a great
Yeah, but, good topic. I feel the same way actually all the time, because it's like I've kind of like dabbled in so many different things. It's hard to like go back and recollect just being completely new and not even knowing how to like install WordPress on a website or something, you know?
Yeah, and I've had this conversation before too with other people. It's like, you know, you need to remember, like, people don't generally know this kind of stuff. Not even WordPress. Like, they don't even know how to install WordPress. You know, if you're coming in brand new, you know, chances are you don't really know much about anything internet-wise. So luckily for me, I had the wherewithal to figure it out. You know, I could figure everything out that I needed to figure out how to do, or at least read up on how to do it. But, you know, I think you're right, Bill. I think as vendors, we forget just how big that gap is. I mean, because internet marketing is a huge learning curve, you know. I mean, and that learning curve is part of the reason that it has such a high turnover rate among potential customers and stuff like that, is because it's such a big and giant leap of knowledge, a bunch of stuff to learn. And, you know, and most people, if they have a day job, they don't want to come home and then learn it. They want to relax, you know. And honestly, I think that's one of the benefits that college and I'm not an advocate. I mean, college is all right, but one of the things that it has that you know, internet marketing doesn't, is it has structure. You know, it has, you know, you got to attend your classes, you got to read this chapter in this order. It's got a very linear structure, whereas internet marketing, you kind of just get dropped into a big soup of information, and then you have to piece it apart and kind of put the puzzle together, you know? So it's no wonder that so many people quit, but, you know, that's how it is.
So I had a question for you guys. I thought this would be
Yeah, we'll take this last question, and then we're already over time, but we'll take the question anyway. And
yeah, sure. No, I appreciate you guys having me jump in. I basically just wanted to ask, like, on the subject of mindset, I once, you know, I had this conversation with a guy who later went on to be like huge in some of these big network marketing, multi-level marketing kind of things, and they both had invested, you know, thousands of dollars in this training, and one of the guys said to the other guy, hey, like, nothing's working for me. And the one guy apparently told him like, well, it's all the difference in, you know, believing, kind of having that mindset and like thinking that you're going to be successful and just really believing that. Like, would you guys attest any of that to like your own success? Do you believe in that sort of like having that mentality of like?
I'll go first. I never believed that I was going to be successful. Instead, I believed that I could figure out whatever problem I ran into that day. So like, if I was learning how to build a website, I believed that I was going to figure it out. And I'm still that way. Like, if I'm in the middle of doing something and there's a problem, I know I'll figure it out. Whether it takes me 10 minutes or 10 hours, I'll figure it out, you know? So I think there is something to be said about believing. It's just whether that's believing that you're eventually going to be successful or believing in yourself. You know, it may be different for different people. But for me, it was knowing that I had the ability to figure any problem out that could possibly approach me. What do you think, Bill?
I always knew just that we grew up so poor and fucked up, man. Like, I just knew that there was an expectation for life somewhere else for me, and that I was going to see those things. And when I got into this, there was never a question of whether I was going to. There were some trying times and some moving through a path and things like that, and changing plans along the way. But end of the day, man, like, I knew through and through, just like I know through and through, that this will probably in the next 5 years, when I look back, be the next level of poverty that I knew. It's like, I know where I'm going, and I always have, because I'm not allowed to let what happened to me happen to my kids inside of me. And there's something that's been telling me ever since I was younger. I'm meant to do something more than probably most people expect of themselves. That's just the way my mind has always been.
Yeah, that's fair. I have that same kind of drive, you know. Like, I would never let the way, because I grew up poor too. I don't know how poor you were or whatever, but I've, you know, all the bad things I went through, you know, has made it so I will make sure my kids never go through it, you know, no matter what it takes. You know, and I especially believe that, I believed that before I had a kid, and then after I had it, I believed it even more, you know. I think that's cool. It's a fair point. So yeah, it's probably different for different people, you know, whether it's believing you're ultimately going to be successful, or knowing you're meant for something greater, or believing in yourself that you have the ability to overcome any problem, you know. The key component in all three of those is confidence, right? And persistence. So, you know, I don't think it matters what you believe in, as long as the key components are confidence and persistence. That's my take anyway.
Solid, yeah, definitely answers the question. It kind of just makes me think about how when I was growing up, I went through all these jobs, and I was always thinking to myself, like, I felt so limited, you know, and that I could always be doing more.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the way humans live now is not natural, but that's a topic for another call, guys. We've been going on for a while now, and it's been an episode. What do you say?
It has been an episode for sure.
Next week will be better. We'll be live for Vegas.
Vegas, baby!
Yeah, and I'm probably not sure what time. Honestly, I don't think we have. Do we have a time set on that, Bill?
Just keep your eyes open for a post on Gilbert Mai's timeline.
Yeah, look. Yeah, keep an eye on our timelines. We'll probably, honestly, we might even do more than one show. You know, who knows? Maybe just we'll feel it out when we get there, because, you know, we may want to hop on and do a quick show with this person or that person or whatever. But the one thing I do know, it is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So keep an eye out from the 29th through the 28th through the 2nd is the event. So keep an eye out around then, and we'll have at least one episode, if not more. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, guys. And John, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. And next week will be better. Not next week will be better because we're in Vegas. But the week after that, when we're back on our normal schedule, we'll have an actual topic going into it. I think we kind of just got caught off guard with the guest cancellation. So, but it was still fun. It's always fun hanging out with you. Plus, we all got to see Bill's face. So
yes.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, thanks for tuning in. As always, all of our previous episodes, probably not this one, but all our previous ones are available at marketinghour.guru and iTunes and various podcasting apps. We may publish this one. I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyway, for everyone that's watching, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. All right, guys.